Beyond the tall white walls of the kingdom stood a palace admired by all, a place of beauty, order, and quiet luxury. Its gardens bloomed with colors from every season, carefully tended, untouched by worry, just like the life of the princess who walked among them. She had grown up surrounded by praise and comfort, and over time, she came to expect the world to answer her wishes without question. Kindness was something she understood, but patience and humility were lessons she had never truly learned. And so, without knowing it, the princess stood at the edge of a story that would change her in ways she never imagined.
Her father loved her dearly and spoiled her with treasures from every corner of the kingdom. Silks, jewels, and gifts to fulfill every wish. Surrounded by such care, the princess grew confident, never imagining a world where her wishes might go unanswered. One day, from his old treasures, the king carefully took out a golden ball, shining brighter than anything the princess had ever seen.
Ah, here it is. Just as I remembered. Here, my dear, take this and remember its promise.
It's beautiful. Thank you, Father.
The princess loved her golden ball more than anything else. She would toss it high, watch it glimmer in the sun, and laugh as it bounced through the gardens. At night, she kept it close by her pillow, as if even in her sleep, she never wanted to be without her most treasured possession. One sunny afternoon, the princess wandered from the palace gardens into the nearby forest, carrying her golden ball. She loved how it gleamed in the sunlight and how it seemed to dance in her hands, a treasure she never wanted to be without.
Look how high it bounces! I wish I could do this forever!
She tossed the golden ball high, giggling as it spun through the air. And in a moment, too quick to stop, it slipped from her hands and tumbled into the deep forest well. The princess cried, her golden ball lost to the deep, dark well. Her tears glimmered in the sunlight. And then, from the rippling water, a small voice spoke, surprising her more than anything else in the forest.
Why are you crying, princess?
With surprised eyes, the princess replied,
My favorite ball! It fell inside the well!
The frog said, I can help you, but you have to give me something in return. The princess gazed at the frog and replied,
Do you want jewels? Gold? Food? Anything I have, you can have it.
The frog replied,
That's not what I want.
Then what do you want?
You must take me with you. I will eat from your plate, drink from your cup, and sleep on your bed.
All right, I promise.
With a gentle splash, the frog jumped into the deep, dark well. Down below, he struggled through the cold water, searching carefully, until at last, with great effort, he found the golden ball and slowly carried it back to the surface.
You found it! Wait!
As soon as the golden ball was back in her hands, the princess ran through the forest with joy, her feet barely touching the ground. Behind her, the frog hopped after her, calling out, I can't run that fast. But the princess did not slow down. She hurried on toward her palace, never once looking back, and soon forgot all about the little frog she had left behind. That night, as the king and the princess sat at the dining table,
And that, my dear, is why we never let the Duke near the royal pantry again.
He really tried to eat all the pies.
suddenly, a loud knock echoed through the palace. The princess slowly rose from her seat and walked toward the grand door. As she opened it, her eyes widened in surprise at the unexpected guest.
What are you doing here?
At the doorway sat the frog, who had come all this way to have the princess fulfill her promise.
Who is there?
Hearing the king's voice, asking who was there, the frog gently walked inside and hopped up onto the dining table and respectfully started looking at the king.
Who is this? The princess made a promise with me, and then she did not fulfill it.
Hearing the frog, the king frowned and said to the princess,
If you made a promise, You must fulfill it. That is what a princess must do.
The king said, "Now, as promised, you must let him eat from your plate."
How can I let him eat from my plate, Father?
The frog hopped forward and, without hesitation, began to eat from the princess's plate, just as the promise had said. After finishing his meal, the frog reached for the princess's cup and drank from it, just as he had promised he would.
Now I'm sleepy.
The princess couldn't take it anymore. Without another word, the princess jumped to her feet and ran from the hall, her heart pounding as she rushed to her room, leaving the frog behind in the glow of the palace lights. After returning to her room, the princess leaned by the window and finally felt a wave of relief wash over her, convinced that the frog was gone at last. The soft moonlight spilled across the room, and for a moment, all seemed calm. But then, with a faint creak, the door slowly slid open. And there he was, the little frog, stepping quietly into the room, catching her completely by surprise.
What are you doing here? You can't be here!
The frog looked up at the princess and said, "As promised, you must let me sleep on your bed."
I've had enough.
The princess, frustrated, pushed the little frog away. But instantly, a sudden wave of guilt washed over her, tears streaming down her face as sorrow and regret consumed her.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Just then, shimmering magical particles began to swirl around the little frog. In an instant, he transformed into a handsome prince. Looking at the princess with gentle eyes, he said, "Princess,
I was under a curse, and I had hoped that you could break it."
I was being rude and arrogant. And still, you never gave up on me.
I must leave now. But when the sun rises, I will return.
The next morning, the prince returned, riding proudly on his horse. As he approached the palace gates, the princess leaned over the balcony, her eyes widening in disbelief. He had really come. The king, too, watched in astonishment, hardly able to believe his eyes. In the grand palace court, the prince began to tell his story, his voice calm but filled with emotion, as the king and the princess listened intently to every
Your
word.
Majesty, I stand before you to confess the truth of my journey. It was reckless, perhaps, but it taught me what truly matters. I was an arrogant prince. And one day, when I went hunting...
The prince began to share his tale, how, while out hunting in the forest, he had wandered into a mysterious fairyland. Suddenly, a shimmering fairy appeared before him, her presence both magical and unexpected, changing the course of his journey forever.
This is Fairyland. Don't hunt here.
How dare you stop me from hunting? I am a prince!
Enraged by his defiance, the fairy waved her wand, and in a burst of shimmering magic, the prince was transformed into a frog, his human form taken from him instantly.
You will stay this way until a princess sheds genuine tears for you.
After casting the spell, the fairy vanished into thin air, leaving the little frog alone in the quiet forest.
The princess shed genuine tears for me, and the spell was broken.
After hearing the prince, the king replied,
The princess was also arrogant toward you, and she realized her mistake, as did you.
With your permission, I would like to marry the princess.
The king smiled and nodded, granting his blessing with a heartfelt yes.
My dearest love, you have made this the happiest day of my life.
Forever yours.
And so, the prince and the princess were united in a joyous wedding, their hearts full of love and hope. And so, their fairy tale continues. Until we meet again with another enchanting story. If you loved this fairy tale, don't forget to like and subscribe for more magical stories.